Jagmeet Singh pulled off a surprise on Sunday by winning the NDP leadership on the first ballot, handily defeating his rivals in a performance matched only by past NDP stalwarts Tommy Douglas and Jack Layton. Fundraising, polls and membership sign UPS suggested that Singh was on track for a strong first ballot result. The question wasn't about where he would place, but whether he would get over the 50% mark needed to avoid a second round of voting. In hindsight, however, it appears that Singh had all but won this race over a month ago. When the membership sign-up deadline passed in mid-August, Singh's campaign quickly announced that they had signed up more than 47,000 members, representing about 57% of all new members signed up in the course of the campaign and 38% of the 124,000 members eligible to vote. While not all of Singh's sign UPS turned out on Sunday, he won with 35,266 votes, representing 53.8% of the total, a clearly significant percentage of them cast a ballot. Overall turnout was 52.8%, but turnout among his supporters appears to have been markedly higher. There were strong indications throughout the campaign that Singh's support was largely being drawn from new members. Pre-existing members of the party were instead opting for sitting MPs and longtime party figures Charlie Angus, Nicky Ashton and Guy Caron. But those three only had 30,243 votes between them. The number of pre-existing party members and new members that weren't signed up by Singh's campaign totaled about 77,000. Undoubtedly, some of them voted for Singh. But a disproportionately low number of them turned out for his opponents. That was especially the case for Angus. The Northern Ontario MP was second in fundraising and second in the polls. In these metrics, there was a significant gap between him and the rest of the field. In the end, Angus took just 19.4% of the vote, well below his target. He had 26% of the fundraising and contributors. Another 10 or so points in his favor and he would have been at 29%, Singh at 44%, and the race would have been up for grabs going into a second and third round, where Angus was better positioned to win the votes from the supporters of Ashton and Caron. That was the plan, anyway. Ashton, at 17.4%, and Caron, at 9.4%, both did about as well as expected. For Ashton, it was a significant improvement over the 5.7% she secured in the 2012 leadership contest. For Caron, he showed he had some appeal outside of his own province of Quebec. The province that sent the most NDP MPs to Ottawa in 2015 was home to just 4% of eligible voters. But that Ashton and Caron were able to finish about as expected highlights the poor performance of Angus. Had there been a bigger gap between him and the bottom two finishers, Singh's win could be chalked up entirely to turnout and his bigger membership sales. But a not insignificant contributor to Singh's first ballot victory is the failure of his chief rival to get his supporters to vote. The first ballot results of the 2003 and 2012 leadership votes aligned nearly perfectly with the fundraising prowess of the leadership contestants during those campaigns.